Well, welcome. You're watching 7 at 7, the only news bulletin where I curate the day's top 7 stories for our viewers. I'm Preeti Choudhry. These are the headlines. No respite for Bengaluru for second consecutive day. IT hub flooded. Techies and CEOs evacuated on tractors. Political blame game erupts. 23-year-old Bengaluru resident Akila killed after being electrocuted in flood-hit city. Father blames negligence by officials and waterlogging. Massive multi-city ED raids in liquor gate scam. Multiple locations in Delhi raided. Deputy CM Sisodia claims witch hunt. NIA charge sheet in Dakshina Kannada Bajrang Dal worker Harsha murder case accessed. Probe agency says hatred against Hindus, hijab rao and cow protection prompted Islamists to kill saffron worker. Prime Minister Modi and Sheikh Hasina announced India-Bangla cooperation in IT, space and nuclear sectors. Key water-sharing pacts also signed. The visiting Bangladeshi Prime Minister pays rich tribute to Modi's leadership. Liz Truss is officially UK Prime Minister after Queen formally appoints her at Balmoral. India take on Sri Lanka in their second game of the Super 4 stage after loss to Pakistan. Must-win game for Team India to keep final hope alive. All right, viewers, the latest news break coming in with rivers flowing in full capacity. A bridge has now collapsed in Ramanagara district of Karnataka. A biker was rescued with help of ropes by locals. Look at these visuals, viewers. The river in spate. A bridge collapsed, the river taking the bridge in its wake. A biker who was on that bridge stuck, but now rescued with helps of ropes by locals. The flood fury raining heavily in Karnataka. These visuals, viewers, come from Ramanagara district of Karnataka, with the river in full space swallowing a bridge, and with it a motorcycle rider who fell into the water, surging waters there, and then was rescued with the help of ropes by the locals. We are staying with the news of the deluge in Karnataka, in Bengaluru. The deluge continues, the city completely flooded, collateral today, a 23-year-old young girl.
Battered and inundated. The latest round of downpour in Bengaluru has claimed its first victim. 23-year-old Akila got off her scooty on a waterlogged street on Monday night. Towed it through the waist-deep deluge. Slipped and came in contact with an electric pole. Akila died from electrocution.
At least if she had come front, someone could have pulled her. But the current, everyone feared her, feared to pull her. She was screaming, help me, help me. No one supported her. So I request the government, please, please take care of the electric poles.
ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಮೇಡಮ್, ನಾವು ಕಷ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಗು ಅದೇನಿಲ್ಲ. 8 ವರ್ಷ ಆಯಿತು ಮನೆವಿದ್ದು. ಆಗಲೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಿಸ್ಸಸ್ಗೆ ಕಾಲುಗಳು ಪ್ಯಾಚರ್ ಆಗಿ ರಾಡೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು. ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗುಗೆ ಆಗಿದ ಥರ ಬೇರೆ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Akhila worked in a local music school. The family lost its breadwinner in an instant to civic negligence. On the front line of the Bengaluru crisis aren't just middle class, the poor and the most vulnerable residents. The floods didn't spare the IT hub's upmarket entrepreneurs either. That's how the chief executive of online education startup An Academy hopped onto a tractor with his family and pet after floodwaters inundated his housing society. Streets of a high-end Bengaluru neighborhood where a house costs as high as 8 crore rupees turned into a lake. Luxury cars left stranded as residents carted themselves out on tractor trolleys.
This is not a river. This is outer ring road stretch where tech companies like Microsoft and Intel are located here. They are the ones who contribute to the GSDP of the state of Karnataka with crores and crores of rupees every day, running in hundreds and thousands by the end of the month and by the end of the year. If this is what they get, one can imagine what is the plight of the situation of Paurakarmikas and slum dwellers in the other side of the town.
A metropolis of about 8.5 million and the back office of the world. Bengaluru recorded 131.6 millimeters of rain on Monday night, its wettest September day in the last 8 years. Studies have ironically linked the city's woes to unchecked urbanization. Without soil to soak up excess water, streets tend to become indistinguishable from streams almost every monsoon. A steep decline in green cover and water bodies and a massive increase of more than 1000% in concretization of the city have rendered Bengaluru vulnerable to the vagaries of the weather. A case study on how brazen development is sending floodwaters into human habitats on the one hand and causing droughts on the other in major cities. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Bureau Report, India Today.
I want to connect to my colleague Priyanka, who's joining us from Richmond Town, getting us the latest. Priyanka, you know, there's a sense of exasperation that has set in where the citizens of Bengaluru are concerned. 12 million of them collateral, to the politics which is going on with what we can see, exposing the complete civic apathy in the state. 23-year-old girl today, Akhila, paid the price of it.
Absolutely, Preeti. In an unfortunate incident, a 23-year-old woman was electrocuted to death last night when she was travelling on the Whitefield, in the Whitefield area on the Vatsur main road in Bengaluru. It's an unfortunate incident. It looks like similar incidents have happened in the past, which are repeating again due to heavy rainfall. The victim has been identified as Akhila, who used to work as a receptionist at a private firm nearby. She was wading through the waters, riding on her bike when she lost control of her scooter and she fell into the waters. While she was trying to gain control, she held on to an electric pole nearby which electrocuted her to death. Now the family of the victim has filed a complaint with the police. So an FIR has been lodged against the BESCOM, which is the Bangalore Electricity Board. They have alleged that it's the BESCOM's irresponsibility which has led to her death, and the family said that the BBMP officials and the BESCOM officials and none of the politicians have visited them or paid any heed to their concerns. The locals especially who saw the incident occur last night said that the entire stretch of the Vatsur main road was inundated due to heavy rain. Bangalore has been witnessing incessant rainfall for the past few days. So the stormwater drains or the Rajakaluways have been overflowing, the lakes have been overflowing, there has been waterlogging which has been reported in many of the areas, and due to encroachments which have been reported as well, this has led to waterlogging and a lot of inconvenience and traffic congestion in many parts of the city. Now the family has said that they don't want any such incident to happen to anybody, and have urged the officials and the state government to address infrastructure issues in the city at the earliest.
All right, Priyanka, appreciate you joining us. We're going to continue to come back to you. But viewers, sadly, unfortunately, as the collateral continue to be the citizens of Bengaluru, the tech city lies in tatters, and the blame game, the political blame game, has indeed begun.
As Bengaluru reels under waterlogging, triggered by record-breaking rainfall, furious politics erupts over the flooded city. The BJP government, which is facing the heat over IT city's poor infrastructure, has shifted the blame on the previous Congress governments.
This is done because of maladministration and totally unplanned administration of the previous government, Congress government. They have given permissions right, left, center in the lakes, on the tank bunds, on the buffer zones. That is the reason for this.
The Congress is trying to corner the BJP over the city's crumbling infrastructure. The party's youth wing staged a massive protest against the Bommai government. State Youth Congress President Mohammad Nalapad was detained by police as he sat on a dharna. Congress leaders are targeting the BJP for not holding elections for the Bengaluru civic body BBMP. It claims the BJP government has failed to allocate ample funds to improve civic infrastructure.
What is the state of Bangalore city today? An international city submerged in water. This government is a corrupt government. From last 3 years, they have been busy minting money. They have been busy creating communal tensions so that people divert their attention from the real issues.
The BJP government today is an absolute failure, especially in the state of Karnataka. The Chief Minister has shamelessly passed the buck on the Congress governments, on the previous Congress governments. Shame on you, sir. It's been 3 years since you are in power here, and there is nothing that is happening.
The Congress also released a video of BJP MP Preeti Choudhry having breakfast at a restaurant in the city on Monday, while his constituency was heavily flooded.
We just want them to address this issue at the earliest possible. It's not like we had more rains this year than last year. The rains have been the same. It is just that the problems have intensified in Bangalore. The civic issues have intensified. The IT companies are threatening to leave Bangalore.
Meanwhile, BBMP Commissioner Tushar Girinath says the civic body will remove obstacles in the waterways to prevent flooding.
Most of the places they are in 1 feet or 1.5 feet of water. We are pumping that out. We have put around 50 pumps to service. There are around 12 boats have already been placed yesterday. 15 more boats are being put, so that the evacuation process is done smoothly.
As the citizens grapple with a flooded city, Bengaluru's politicians have let their voters down. India's IT city needs a serious reboot. But are our political classes willing to do it? With Sagai Raj, Priyanka Rudrappa and Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, viewers, after CBI raids on multiple locations at Manish Sisodia's house, his locker and his office, the ED now has stepped in. No raids on Manish Sisodia just yet, but multiple other raids on various Aam Aadmi Party functionaries.
First, it was CBI and now the Enforcement Directorate. The probe into the alleged Liquorgate scam continues to haunt Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. The central agency conducted raids at over 30 locations across Gurugram, Lucknow, Hyderabad, Mumbai and Bengaluru. Sisodia came down heavily on the BJP, calling the raids an attempt to stop Arvind Kejriwal's work.
पहले इन्होंने सीबीआई के छापे मारे, उसमें कुछ नहीं निकला, अब ईडी के छापे मार लेंगे, उसमें भी कुछ नहीं निकलेगा। पूरी कोशिश ये है कि बस किसी तरह से जो देश में शिक्षा का माहौल बना, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी काम कर रहे हैं, उसको रोक दिया जाए, उसको किसी तरह से आगे बढ़ने से रोका जाए। लेकिन ये रोक नहीं पाएंगे। ये सीबीआई यूज कर लें, ईडी यूज कर लें, हर चीज यूज कर लें, लेकिन शिक्षा के काम को रोक नहीं पाएंगे, ये हमारी गारंटी है।
The Aam Aadmi Party has rallied behind Sisodia.
मनीष सिसोदिया के घर पहले भी कुछ नहीं मिला, आगे भी कुछ नहीं मिलेगा। एक नहीं 1000 जांच करा लो, एक नहीं 1000 जांच एजेंसियां लगा लो, जितनी ताकत तुम्हारे पास है भाजपाइयों लगा के देख लो।
The BJP hit back. It staged a march to Sisodia's residence.
वो शराब माफिया के साथ मिलकर उन्होंने दिल्ली के जनता के हक को छीना है, दिल्ली के युवाओं को नशे की ओर झोंका है और साथ ही साथ हर गली मोहल्ले के नुक्कड़ पर शराब के ठेके खोलकर शराब माफिया के कमीशन को 2% से 12% किया गया, क्योंकि 6% पैसा उनको ब्लैक में सरकार को, आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं को देना था।
The ED raids come a day after Sisodia alleged a CBI lawyer had committed suicide after pressure was applied on him to implicate the Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister.
सीबीआई के जिस अधिकारी ने सुसाइड किया है, उनके ऊपर गलत तरीके से दबाव बनाया जा रहा था कि मेरे खिलाफ इलीगल तरीके से, फर्जी तरीके से केस बना के मेरे अरेस्ट को मंजूरी दें, जिसको वो मंजूरी नहीं दे रहे थे।
Earlier, the BJP released a video of Liquorgate that shows a liquor license holder's father, Kulvinder Marwa, allegedly admitting to paying bribes to Aam Aadmi Party. The war between BJP and Aam Aadmi Party over excise duty is escalating. The question in political corridors is, will all this sound and fury led to Sisodia's arrest as feared by Aam Aadmi Party? Bureau Report, India Today.
After a fair bit of controversy, the Prime Minister is all set to inaugurate the Central Vista, and the government fears has now released before and after pictures right before the Central Vista is thrown to the public. The Modi government shared before and after images of development work at the Central Vista Avenue. Now, according to the official document, there are 900 light poles, including those in the garden and along Rajpath, which will now be called Kartavya Path. The light poles, bollards have been changed and improved. Granite walkways have been replaced. Bajri pathways, the area has also been increased. The length of walkways have also been increased. The aim of the move is more pedestrian-friendly round the clock. Prime Minister Modi will inaugurate the revamped Central Vista stretching from Vijay Chowk to India Gate on September 8th. All right, here's Trust India Today to get you the ringside view of the new Central Vista. Let's now shift focus to the shocking story, which is coming in of bad dog etiquette, many would suggest. This comes in from Ghaziabad, a video showing a pet dog biting a little child inside a housing society lift in Uttar Pradesh's Ghaziabad. Well, it's recently surfaced online. According to a Twitter post, the incident took place on Monday in Charms Castle Society located in Rajnagar Extension. The video shows a pet dog pouncing on a child and biting him, even as the dog owner looks sore. The little boy was already standing inside a housing lift when an older woman walks in with her pet dog on a leash. As the child moved to the front of the elevator, the dog jumped up and bit the child on the leg. The boy then immediately reacted with pain and began jumping up and down on one foot. However, the pet owner kept looking at the boy and did not react. The footage prompted a response from the Ghaziabad police, informing that they have registered a case based on the complaint of parents.
कल दिनांक 5 सितंबर की शाम को राजनगर एक्सटेंशन स्थित चाम्स कैसल सोसाइटी की लिफ्ट का एक वीडियो सोशल मीडिया पर वायरल हुआ, जिसमें कि कुत्ता मालकिन की मौजूदगी में कुत्ते ने एक बच्चे को काट लिया। उक्त संदर्भ में बच्चे के पिता की तहरीर के आधार पर थाना नंदग्राम में मुकदमा पंजीकृत कर लिया गया है तथा अग्रिम विधिक कार्यवाही की जा रही है।
Moving on, Liz Truss viewers is now officially the newly minted Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Well, She today met she met Queen Elizabeth today. Conservative Party leader Liz Truss was formally appointed by the Queen, becoming the third female premier of the country to do so. The outgoing Prime Minister Boris Johnson also submitted his resignation to the Queen. Truss will then deliver her inaugural speech as the Prime Minister at 10 Downing Street and will then reveal her cabinet. Attorney General Suella Braverman is expected to be the only Indian origin MP in her top team. As the Goan origin former leadership contender is expected to be promoted to replace Preeti Patel, who resigned as Home Secretary on Monday evening. You're watching our fact check segment where we bust certain claims masquerading to be facts on social media platforms and WhatsApp group. Now there's a claim suggesting a very old video was circulated suggesting that Pakistan's win over India was celebrated. The fact check on that, this viral video is 2-year-old and not related to the Asia Cup.